don't really know how to sum up this week, really. It's been okay. There's a dairy farm about 5 minutes away, and they do their own milk, and they sell cheese and cream and all that sort of stuff. Things that I've bought were a tub of Jersey cream. Well, you can't really see, can you? Jersey cream. That was $1.20. Then I got a bag of plain flour, because the farmer's wife said that the wheat harvest this year has been really good on the island, but we're not getting the imports from the mainland. So although the wheat harvest has been fantastic, there will still be shortages, the prices will still go up. And she said the potato harvest this year has been awful. So potato price is going to be pretty steep as well. Wessex Mill, they haven't had to really put their prices up too much at the moment. I think it's only gone up about 20 pence. So this was £2.20 for the bag. And it's an absolutely beautiful flour, it really is. And then I also bought a loaf of bread, a reduced loaf. So all in all, I have spent £4 for my £3 allowance this week. But it balances out because I've saved some money over the last couple of weeks. So I still have £6.01 left for the next 2 weeks. So I've still got my £3 per week. That's the things that I've bought. Now, in regards to what I'm left with the rations, I have no milk, no marge, no butter, the tea. I mean, you're going to have to squint to see this. That's how much tea I've got left. Half a cup. Sugar, I've still got half a jar. After all that baking, I've still got half a jar. You know, I've had all these fats left from last week, so I've made a whole biscuit barrel. But I daren't show you, because if I open the lid, then that's it. They'll be gone. So no, they're for friends over the weekend and everything. I've got to be strong about this. Sweets that I've bought this week, this is so shaming, honestly. I bought these, the intention of spreading them over 2 weeks. They are chocolate eclairs. Gone. They're like, there's something made from Satan. You just, once you start, that's it. You only get about 8 for the week. But, so 2 weeks ration there, gone. Not in one go. I can hold my dignity slightly, not completely in one go, but they are addictive. The sausages for the next 3 weeks. This was £2.15 for the pack. So whatever that works out to being per week, I don't know. You only get 8, but you know, shortages. This week's meat has been corn chicken fillets. I've still got 1 left. You get 3 per week. So this was £2.50 in Morrison's for, is it 250 grams? No, 312 grams. So yeah, about 2 weeks worth. What I've got left here is practically a block of lard, and then the tiniest scrap of cheese. I don't think I've forgotten anything, have I? No. What if I have? Tough. Right, so breaking out the book. Ha ha ha. Here we are, the week's menus. So, kicking off the week on Friday, we had oats for breakfast. We had cottage pie for lunch. Very nice. We had cocoa at 5 o'clock because I fancied something sweet. That was my sweet of the day. Very nice cocoa. Ooh. And then in the evening, sausage cobs. Saturday, we had shredded wheat for breakfast, beans on toast for lunch. I made a batch of honey biscuits and they were not a great success. Talk about burn. But, you know, we gave them a go. And then in the evening, it was a rather nostalgic egg, chips and beans, because whenever I'd go round to Granny's, she'd always give us egg, chips and beans if she had nothing else to feed us at the time. Because she was in a farm, you see, so she always had chips, she always had egg, so it just cost a tin of beans to feed us kids. And we were happy, but you could not leave your table until you'd cleared your plate. Sunday. Jam on toast for breakfast. Then I made a sort of late afternoon, I made a chicken fricassee from the cookbook. And I had that with some greens. And I've got to be honest, I was a bit disappointed. Not in the recipe, but because I had used vegetarian alternatives, you've got to admit the flavour is in the chicken. It's in the chicken and it's in the chicken stock. I think that's where the flavour comes from that particular recipe. Because as I sat there, I just felt like it needed a bit of cheese or something, you know. It was just missing that. I mean, I admit I didn't have any party to chuck into it, so maybe that would have helped a little bit, but yeah. But I will happily make that again if anyone would like to see the recipe. Then I sat and had the eclairs. I did leave a few left in the bag, but quite frankly, once you start, you just can't stop. They're like Pringles. I don't know what they put in those sweets, but they're naughty. They're very naughty. Right, and then in the evening I had cheese and chutneys on toast because they were so nice last weekend. I was like, I've got to do that again. I've got to have cheese and chutney in front of the fire. I've got to. And then I had the cream, so I had a nice coffee. I treated myself to a nice coffee to go to, you know, ironically, to go to bed on. Sleep's been slightly skew with this week. I wonder why. Anyway, Monday, oats for breakfast, chicken fricassee again, and then I made an apple tart, which you can find in the recipes playlist. I was really surprised by how sweet the apples were. Because when they were in the oven, I could hear them sizzling away, and I was like, oh, they're working their magic. Because I've used eating apples, their sugars, their sweetness, oh, that surprised me. That did surprise me. And I couldn't necessarily taste the spice in the pastry, but I'm so used to having flavours hit me, you know, that maybe it was just subtly there. But it was rather nice with a bit of cream. What a luxury. It could be an everyday sweet if you used lard in the pastry. I don't think that would hinder it at all. And it could be a very nice indulgent treat if you were to use butter in the pastry. But either way, I wouldn't say it filled a hole. It's not one of those puddings that is going to... It's not a hearty pudding like a crumble or a suet pudding or something like that. It's definitely an elegant sweet. So, but yes, it was very nice. And then jam on toast to go to bed. On Tuesday, I had like a brunch type thing. So I had a go at making a cheese omelette with tomato butter, it's in the one of the cookbooks. And I've always put my cheese in the egg mixture and then put it all in the pan and do it all together. But this one said to make the omelette and then flip over your omelette and fill the cheese in the middle and let it melt. And I've got to say, with only using a small amount of cheese, the flavour wasn't lost because you had that hit of melted cheese. Really nice, yeah. And the tomato butter was so nice, I had it again. So yes, it was apple tart and cream again. And then, yes, for supper, tomatoes on toast. Yes, very nice, very nice. A lot of tomatoes that day. On Wednesday, it was oats for breakfast. My last of the apple tart with cream round Mother's because I was round hers for the sewing club. And then in the evening, I made a potato basket with broccoli and greens. I wasn't expecting great things from the potato basket, I've got to be honest. I didn't know where the flavour was going to come from, but it took me by surprise. Initially, when you have your first bite of the filling, you almost feel like it's jello-y. It's like you almost feel like you're eating like a bubble tea. You know, it was really peculiar. I don't even know how that texture has been created. You get used to it really quickly. And the flavour, I can't even describe the flavour, but you know, I can describe the feeling, and the feeling is wholesome. So, and it really fills you up. You don't need a lot. I mean, I'm someone who can eat. I loves my food. But even me, just having a moderate slice of the basket and you're satisfied. And it's so inexpensive to make because it's based mainly on oats, potato and carrot. So I will eventually get round to making a recipe video for that one because I think it's an absolute winner. And then on Thursday, so I indulged myself. I had apple pancakes for breakfast. I've made some apple sauce from pears and apples in the garden this year. So I made the omelettes and then I put that in as a filling and then wound it all up. Because I'm trying to use this cream up. It lasts forever. So it was apple pancakes for breakfast. I made my big batch of biscuits, which there is a video coming on the recipes playlist for. And had a slice of my potato basket with some broccoli. And then in the evening I had my crackers with cheese and chutney. And that was the end of the week. This feels just like a normal moderate week this week. It's not been too bad. Lessons learnt are, you can definitely see why people made lard pastry even for sweet stuff. We had one old girl that came when I worked at the farm shop that came and made mince pies with lard pastry, and they were absolutely gorgeous. And you can see why people would do it, you know. So I think, yeah, you can understand why people would make lard pastry for almost anything and then save their butter and marge for cakes and biscuits, because the idea of lard biscuits and lard, oh God, no, definitely not. No, I mean, do I give it a go? No, Rebecca, no. Anyway, dab that thought out of your mind. I'm going to have to now, just out of curiosity. Other than that, lessons this week, not that many. The importance of a pudding. Because I sort of ate my sweets all in one go. So naughty. The importance of a pudding is definitely crucial. Just to have a cake or a tart or just some sort of batch of biscuits just made to hand for you to dip into once you have your sweet treat of the day. And again, because they're not sugar crazy like the sweets, you don't, scoff them. I think that's about everything. I'll see you again next week. I'm going on my jollies next week, so it's going to be a completely unique experience. I think I might sacrifice all my meat rations and just enjoy meals out when I'm there. I don't know, we'll see. But thank you for watching. Hope everything is going well in your home, in your kitchen, and take care. Bye.